PokeMoshPitBeta was good. He have a battle against bcam, but before we get into the battle, I'd like to ask if you guys actually can rate this video on how you viewed it, the gameplay, the commentary, not disliking it just because it's me, Ilebronz. But hope you guys enjoy. Let's get into the battle. I'm going to lead off with a Deoxys while he's going to lead off the Bronzong. I know his set since it is a lead Bronzong, so I'm going to set up my Stealth Rocks because I saw that he hit a Thundurus, and every single time that he switches back in with his Thundurus is going to do a good amount of damage. So I set up my Stealth Rocks, and he goes for the Dry Ball. I'm going to go for the Spikes instead of the Fire Punch because I figured Spikes would be more important to have than getting a little bit of damage on that Bronzong with the Fire Punch. So he's just going to go for the Dry Ball on my Deoxys and kill me off. I'm going to go into my Politoed because I want to make it rain, and I just went for the Hydro Pump because I knew he was going to set the Stealth Rocks since he hasn't set him up yet. So now I'm going to go into my Rotomosh form because I could wall him. I had the Will-O-Wisp, I had the and I could take the Earthquakes, and I could take the Dry Balls with these. And I know he has Hidden Power Ice because, you know, Bronzongs have Hidden Power Ice because of Gliscors. So I'm going to go for the Will-O-Wisp, predicting the switch, but he actually stays in, which also works out for me because, you know, the Earthquakes and the Dry Balls not going to do anything. So I'm going to go for the Thunder because I just wanted to kill this Bronzong, and I didn't want to go for the Hydro Pump because I didn't want to miss, even though it doesn't really matter. I just didn't want to take an extra turn of leftovers, burn, and sorry for the lag there, it was kind of weird. I don't know what happened. Anyways, he's just going to go for the Hidden Power Ice because, you know, he's burned and special attacking moves don't get affected by burn. So I'm just going to go for the Volt Switch. I'm going to my Scarfed Thundurus. I know, Scarfed Thundurus, a weird set, but it works very well with this team. And a big shout out to Skimjara for giving it to me. He's going to go to his Politoed, which I'm assuming it's Scarfed since he sent it out on my Thundurus, which would normally not be a smart play unless you're Scarfed. So he doesn't know I'm Scarfed, so I'm just going to hit him with a Thunder. And that is going to be able to kill his Politoed, which is pretty nice. So now I'm just going to go into my Scizor, predicting the Spikes or the Leech Seed, but he actually goes for the Sword Stance, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to go for the Superpower right off the bat because I've seen that thing worked very effectively against Wild Chase on stream once. So I'm just going to go for the Superpower. He's going to predict that and go into his Gyarados. The smart play there would have been able to go for the U-turn and switch out into my Rotomosh form. But, you know, it doesn't really matter. I do get a critical hit there, which is unfortunate for him, but hey, I'm not complaining. It's nice for me. I'm going to switch out into my Rotomosh form because I know I can take pretty much any hit. Earthquake, because of Levitate, Stone Edge, Waterfall, Bounce, and if he has a taunt, he has less moves. So he's going to go for the Stone Edge on my Rotomosh form. I'm going to be able to live that. I'm going to go for the Volt Switch, and I'm just going to go back out into my Scarfed Thundurus because, you know, it's always nice to go into a Scarfed Pokemon when his Pokemon's down, you know. So he's going to go into his Latios, which is not good because I'm not going to be able to kill him with the Hidden Power Ice. So I'm going to have to go for the Volt Switch and switch out into my Rotomosh form. And the reason I went for the Volt Switch on my Rotomosh form before was so I could use his Death Fodder. So I thought he was going to go for the Dragon Meteor. So that's why I switched it into my Rotomosh form. But he actually goes for the Substitute. I'm like, damn, not good. But it doesn't really matter because I do have a Scarf Scizor. Once again, another weird set, but it works very well with this team. I'm going to go for the U-turn, break its Substitute. I'm going to go into my Politoed, use it as fodder because I thought he was going to go for the Dragon Meteor or the Surf or whatever. I'm pretty much taking a hit that he had to give me. But he goes for the Hidden Power. It's not Fire, so I'm assuming it's kind of, it could be Fighting. I'm not quite sure. Anyways, I go for the Ice Beam. He goes for the Calm Mind because I'm sure he didn't think I was going to be Scarfed. And he knew he was going to be able to live that Ice Beam very nice if after he had a +1 special defense. So he's going to switch out into his Ferrothorn, and I'm going to go for the Ice Beam. It's not going to do anything to his Ferrothorn. Now I'm going to switch out into my Terrakion so I could take the, I don't know, I just actually looking back at that move, it was a very dumb play because he could have gone for the Gyro Ball, the Power Whip, Thunder Wave. It would have crippled my Terrakion. Anyways, he goes for the Bulldoze, which is great because you know, didn't do that much. So I'm gonna go for the Close Combat while he switches out into his Latios as fodder, so he could get a safe switching it into his Thundurus. I'm gonna have to stay in his fodder because I do need my Scarfed Politoed, I need my Thundurus, and I also need my Scizor to kill that Ferrothorn. So now I'm gonna go into my Thundurus. I'm going to go for the Volt Switch because I thought he was gonna switch out into his Ferrothorn to take the Thunder, but he actually stays in. I'm like, no, this is not good. But now I'm gonna have to go into my Politoed, just staying as fodder while he goes for the Thunderbolt and finishes me off, which is fine because I'm going to be able to go into my Thunders, live with 3 HP, go for the Volt Switch, and go back out into my Scizor. And it's a perfect plan because I do have the superpower. I know I'm going to be able to outspeed because I'm Scarfed, but I'm going to be able to, I outspeed anyways without the Scarf. Hit him with that superpower, and that's going to be a good game. So comment, like, subscribe to PokeMoshPit. And if you guys enjoyed this, please go check out my channel. And thank you if you actually rated this video on the gameplay and the commentary. So I hope I see you guys later. See ya.